Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Lakers trail by 4. They've got Green. Omer Ashik is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Ellis. And it's Lin in at the point guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Now here's Lin. Gives him the lead pass. And then Ashik with the dunk. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is.
Well, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. The drive by Green.
In many ways, the Lakers had what would be called the nightmare season in 12-13. Despite that, they protected staples. Playing in front of the Hollywood Stars has always been an energy boost for the Lakers, and they made the most of it even though they struggled away from home.
Kobe with it. Hill gets a screen from Randolph. Hill kicks.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that wall.
It was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here.
Vasquez, he's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Offensive rebound, a Sheik, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Verajao. That free throw missing.
So often teams that are near the bottom of the East tend to get drummed by the Western Conference teams, and that was the story last season for the Raptors. Had some close games and even a few upsets, but out west they didn't fare very well. They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Ellis with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Well, picking up that talk again on the Raptors. Teams out west have so many great forwards to deal with that when you try and go up against them with the stretch 4 like the Raptors have had, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, particularly rebounding and defensively, Kevin. That's one of the reasons Toronto traded Bargnani to the Knicks in the offseason. They wanted to be a little better in terms of being physical, being more punishing with their post players, and having a better defensive presence.
Toronto calls timeout.
You talk about some of the breakout players of last season, and at the top of the list for me was Rivas Vasquez, runner-up for most improved player, 6'6" point guard, improved his shooting significantly and played with a lot of confidence for New Orleans.
Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Zach Randolph. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He told his guys, time's running low. If we're going to make our move, it's going to be now. Are you guys ready? And as they nodded, he said, let's go get it. Kevin?
And Vasquez, originally from Venezuela. Clark and Steve, you know, you mentioned his passing. Last season, 3rd guys in the league in assists.
Yeah, and at 6'6", Kevin, a very good rebounder for a guard. He's not super quick, and that hurts him defensively, but he has excellent anticipation. And you can always cross-match him with some of the shorter 2 guards, so he's a valuable player in the backcourt.
Here's Green, following the score by Jamal Crawford. Shot clock at 6. And Hill over to help. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Jamal Crawford has always been a steady scorer, an explosive scorer, really, and he's been something of a journeyman, too. Over the course of his 13 seasons in the league, he's played for 6 teams, and get this, 16 different head coaches. Wow.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lakers trail by 5. Ellis dishes to Vasquez. He feeds it to Ibaka. Crawford with the steal. And Kobe, here we go. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And here's Green outside. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 18 points for Jeff Green. And for Crawford, 16 different head coaches. Steve, that's incredible. Do you think that lack of continuity can hold a player back and chip away at his game?
Well, it doesn't help, that's for sure. I mean, Crawford has always been productive, but it does make you think, what if he had been lucky enough to go to an organization with great stability, maybe to San Antonio with Greg Popovich, but hey, you just got to play the hand that you're dealt, Kev.
Some changes for Toronto. Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Out to White. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
Matthews with the steal. And now in transition is Lucas. Here we go. And White slams it in.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Now here's Ellis. Kicks it out to Vasquez. And stolen by Lucas. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Matthews. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And it's an 8-point Raptor lead.
You know, the instant that steal was made, they were off and running the other way.
Ball pressure, then a run-out seed. That's perfection to me.
Outside, White. And the pass to Lucas. Back to White. Five on the clock. And the layup's good off the glass. White's got 10 points here in the second half.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
And the Lakers call time here.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there. Good time for a timeout. Maybe it was even too late, but this club has to regroup now.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, and they definitely needed to take a minute to talk things over.
The Raptors making the switch here. Verjau's checked in.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Hill against Lang. Verjau setting the pick for Hill. And it's slammed in by Verjau.
Boy, what a throwdown after doing a great job to corral the rebound.
Well, you know, there aren't that many players with a better nose for the ball than him.
Agreed. And with the D always scattered after an offensive rebound, he knows exactly how to get that to work for him.
Serge Ibaka, born and raised in the Republic of Congo. We've had African-born players in the league for decades, but it seems that as the league has reached out to develop talent there, the numbers are increasing from that part of the world.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
Gets it to go.
Well, when the double team's in place, it really spreads the floor offensively.
And going back to Ibaka and growing talent coming from the continent of Africa. Steve, 1 billion people there.
Soccer is still the biggest sport there, but steadily the NBA has made inroads, providing courts and equipment and coaching around the continent. So you would expect more and more players to come to the league from Africa.
Bang and Mute and Machine Petit. We'll get some notable players in the league from there. 1:04 left in the fourth. Lynn the pass to Green. He dishes it to Ellis.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so. He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now. Well, Monte Ellis has never been short on confidence, and last year he went as far as comparing himself to Dwayne Wade, saying the only difference between them is that Wade has rings. That's a pretty big difference, though.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
And you talk about the talent and confidence for Monte Ellis. Steve, what's the balance between confidence and like overconfidence?
Well, I think the balance is in your decision-making, and that's the trickiest thing for really talented young players to figure out. It's just when to attack and when to back off a little bit. And that's all stuff that just comes with experience. Well, guys, tonight they came in here, really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Good.
Perfect inbounds pass and an easy 2 points.
Here is Hill. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin.